Mate.
These are bullets all day long. They got the Knight of Pentacles, the stress. He shot himself. There's the
family attorney says the 23-year-old died from a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was suicide.
I don't know what he used. I know it's a rope involved. I don't know what he used that rope for. Let me see. The secrets. He's taking the secrets with him. You see the secrets? He's not giving y'all the information. That y'all don't need to know it. You know? He'll go out with the secrets with the high priest there. He might be found on a Wednesday too. Ace of Wands. So I have no doubt in my mind they're gonna find Brian Laundrie, October 2021. I'm telling you, he's still.
Hello, my loves. It's TTMG, the Tarot Medium Goddess here. Thank you so much for being here. Please do stop what you're doing and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me what you think about what happened in this case in the comments below. And do show your girl some love and share the video. I appreciate every single one of you. It's true. I love you, boo.
Hello, hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? How are you? How are you, lovely Risa? Excuse me. How are you, lovely Risa? Hey, my beautiful goddess, and all my beautiful souls. Hello, Risa. How have you been? Please press the like button. So we're here to catch up. There's a lot I know that we missed out on. But we're going to try to catch up. Hey, what's up, Wildcat? How are you, Kentucky Wildcat? Please press the like button. I'm glad to see all you guys. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to fix something real quick. Okay, says I am good. Just lost my stepdaughter yesterday. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. Oh my gosh, how old was she? I'm so sorry to hear that. You're in our prayers. Your family's in our prayers, Risa. Definitely in mine. Hello, Joy. How are you? Does it say, Jay? It says Jay. What's up, Dumpling? Goddess is Dumpling. Same pick, but my son changed my name to his. Oh, okay. That's funny. How old is your son, Dumpling? Did you go to CrimeCon? Because I know Lori Shortlegs stated it was going to be a dumpling. She was supposed to meet a dumpling at CrimeCon. I don't know if it was you. Hey, Risa, I'm sorry for your loss. Yes. Risa, so sorry to hear that. Condolences to you and your family. Okay. I guess, oh my gosh, that is too funny. And he figured out how to do it. Thank you, Kentucky Wildcat. Okay. So you guys know I haven't been on for a minute. I've been thinking about you this plenty of times that I wanted to go on, but I didn't get a chance to. What I did see was I had some notifications. Hold on, let me see what this one says. Just now, I saw I had a notification from Bubbly, and I'm sure I missed tons of other ones. But let me see what it says. All right, where did it go? All right, it's MIA, but I can find it over here. Give me 1 second. So, Bubbly Beth commented, "Our goddess, we miss you. When are you going to be back on about Sebastian? Also today, rumors have it Chris and Katie have faith for the summer. Oh, wow. We really need a new live and reading, please. Yes, I do have to get to that. And I don't know commented. I don't know you commented. God, please give this family some answers. I'm sure there's tons of other ones I missed, but that's what's right on top. All right, so we're going to get into this. Oh, you're not the dumpling. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to see if I should go back to some of the what I was going to previously discuss. But what I saw just now when I pulled up YouTube, because I was going to do creator hopping so we could go ahead and get all caught up and just play bits and pieces and snippets here and there, and we discuss. But guys, I saw some of you guys got the issues with her. I've had my own in the past, trust me, doing Heels in the Ground. But fiasco, okay. But on this case, I've seen she's been coming with some great news, right? It is none other than Bullhorn Betty, right? And her title says, what does it say? Like, Sebastian didn't leave evidence, but you did, or something like that. We're about to get into that. Remember, during my reading, if you look at my playlist for Sebastian, I speak about her also getting caught through a trail of evidence. And also, it looks like a woman will lead them to Sebastian. For me, it looked like it would be Katie, right? I don't want to say that it can't be another woman kind of leading them to Sebastian, right? Like a PI or whoever it is. I just see a female leading them to Sebastian in the end. However, the strongest link to the person that I felt was leading them to Sebastian, if you go look at my reading, was Katie. So now, if there is a trail of evidence included, and I told you guys this in the past, Katie is going to have to fess up. And she's not going to fess up because she wants to. She's going to fess up because she feels there's no choice, right? By the way, sidebar. So we celebrated, my son graduated on Sunday. He has his graduation ceremony. So he graduated high school. Now he's moving forward to college. We went to Camelback Resort. I still have to cut this off in the Poconos, and had a blast for the last couple of days. It's an indoor water park. They have the bar and the water and everything. All right, let's move on along. Like the whole stool, your whole butt is sitting in the water at the bar. Now, I didn't go to the bar. You know, I had my kids with me. I want to act like dignified here. Try to be a proper mom. But, and those who drink around their kids, I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying. I try to be proper, okay? But when they're gone, I might go back to that bar on the beach. All right, let's see what you guys are saying, and then we'll start creator hopping. How about that? Get caught up. Hey, what's up, Divine? How are you, lovely? How are you? How's the children? How's hubby? Thank you, Risa. Thank you, Risa. Always sending a warm welcome to everybody. What's up, Egyptian Famous? How are you doing, beautiful? Did you ever do that reading on Sebastian, or do you plan on doing it still? Let us know. How's it going? Okay, got that. Got that. Can't complain. Good. All right. How was it? It was wonderful. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh. First of all, I was in a 2-bedroom suite that was just, I'm like, really, I didn't want to leave. Like, get the police to come kick me out because I don't want to leave, okay? Let me stay there for at least 30 days so I could do what they do when they start squatting. Nope, you got to evict me, baby. Because it's so beautiful. And it's not far away from Great Wolf Lodge, which is the same type of park, essentially. They say that Great Wolf Lodge bedrooms are better, but I don't know because I felt like I was in luxury, so I felt perfectly fine. But they said the water park at where I was, Camelback, was better there. And then I had a B&B package, so they paid. I mean, not that they paid. I paid for all of the food, and the chef cooks in front of you. You know, the omelets. He has the sausage if you want to add, the peppers, whatever you want to add, and cooks it right in front of you. The food was like second to none. It was amazing, delicious. And then the water slide. I got on one, and I almost nearly fainted. My son forced me to go on with him. All right. Enough about me. But I had a blast. I did the what do you call it? The lazy river as well. It was awesome. But they had a lot of stuff there. All right, let's move on. We're gonna get back to Sebastian. Thank you so much. Hello, what's up, beautiful Claudia? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. My kids are grown. I've been at that bar. Okay, you've been there. But what happens when somebody gets drunk at that bar? What, do you fall over into the water or something? Oh my gosh, that is too funny. My youngest is 15, so it was the second youngest who graduated. Good to hear that. I'm doing okay. Thanks. Good. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, please hit that like button. It helps this story to move on, helps us to move on. Matter of fact, we're about to just get to it. We're about to get to it in a second. The kids are doing great. I am glad. I'm going to click through this while we start listening to. I wasn't sure where we're going to start, but we're going to start with Bullhorn Betty, okay? Because I think she got some news. And the news from her thumbnail, it matches exactly what I said. There's going to be a trail of evidence. Now, do I know if it's factual? Do I know if it's there? I have no clue about this trail of evidence besides what I did in my reading, which you will find inside the Sebastian playlist, right? On my @True Crime Psychic wall on YouTube. But however, we're about to see if Bullhorn Betty, what she's speaking about, because she might be speaking about this evidence that I was telling you about. So let's see. Let's see. I told you this is how she's gonna get caught. Hold on. Let's add this to the screen. He left no evidence, but you did. Tell us. When
you realize bloating and discomfort don't have to be routine. Everything changes.
About fell over. Yes, our iPhones are amazing. They got the best quality camera. I spent more on my computer than I did my iPhone. I got a better camera on my freaking iPhone than I do my computer.
All right.
There's just a lot of stuff I don't like about him, and I think they're entirely.
We're gonna start from there. I just picked the spot. It's past the intro, and it's really towards the beginning.
Between local law enforcement, state law enforcement, some federal law enforcement, and they have analyzed that video so many times over that everything that everybody is trying to assume is a flashlight, I hate to say this, it's not. As much as we would love it to be one, it's not.
I don't even like hearing. Wait, I don't even like to hear the liars speak. Is anybody? It's starting to frustrate me. Almost like Don Wells and Candace Wells or Candace Bly. We're gonna fast forward past his voice.
I'm still analyzing and trying to figure out about those,
Okay.
The ones that came out of that one chick's channel. I'm still analyzing it. A piece of me feels like it's something, but every time I look at it, I see the same thing over and over again. I just don't see them moving. I mean, you're carrying something. Your ass is out of there. You're not sitting there for 20 seconds, keep struggling and stuff like that. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. I don't know. It could be something. It could not be. I'm not convinced just, no offense, but I'm just not convinced just yet. Now, will I be off the fence? Yeah, when I can see the video and see where it's at and see what is going on instead of it just being blown up for me. I need to be able to recreate it myself. If I can't recreate it myself, I can't use it. So if somebody wants to help recreate it so I can see it in a different format and see how it's created, I will take a second look at it. But right now, the way it looks like it's bushes or trees with some type of light, and it's just giving off something. But again, I don't know. I can't recreate it. It was created somewhere, and I know it was created. I know it was created off the video that Nick Barris dropped and made public. But again, Serenity says, I wish LE would start treating every missing child as suspicious instead of right away treating it like a runaway, because many kids don't run away. Too many parents are doing bad things to their kids.
Oh my gosh, I have to say that's so true. Didn't want to interrupt, but I gotta interrupt, guys. All right. So now I recently had a death in my family, right? With an uncle by marriage. And one of my cousins, who's like a detective, well, he's retired military. He was a detective, and now he's an attorney. So he's like, he knows he knows his stuff. So he was like, wait, so he fell down, our uncle fell down, and which, he was sick. He was getting sick, with time after he, got diabetes. I'm not going to go into his personal business, but anyway, they said, and they're not getting an autopsy? I'm like, no, they're not getting an autopsy. He was like, well, if it was with my company, the police station he worked with as a detective, he said everything is ruled a homicide until proven different. He said, whatever they doing over there, that's not how we would have done it. I said, and I have perfect reason for them to, say, because it's just, oh, he fell down and died. But they don't have any proof. They're going to take my uncle, which my aunt was upstairs, you know what I mean? Or whatever. But they're going to take him and they're going to go ahead, and the medical examiner, either the medical examiner or his doctor, they're going to list 3 things that he could have died of. And they said, oh, because they signed their name and their license is on the line, it has to be one of those 3 things. I said, how does it have to be one of those 3 things? You have no autopsy to prove this. How does it have to be just because he had those health issues? Where you're just going to assume it's that? I'm like, I watch a lot of true crime here now. Okay, I see a lot of things happen, right? If that's the case, anybody can go ahead and say, cause traumatic events to happen or death to happen and blame it on, oh, that person had a sickness or a health issue. I said the bathroom where he fell at was downstairs. His room's upstairs, was downstairs. And in that bathroom, it had a door that leads to the outside. How did you not know?
and I'm just trying to buy my aunt some time with, planning the funeral, making the arrangements. I'm just wanting her to get an autopsy. Just tell the truth like that. But I'm like, seriously though, it's a door right there that leads to outside, which is the truth. So how do you know nobody opened the door, right, and did anything foul and just ran off? But you're just gonna rule it an autopsy because he was on medication. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. If that's the case, a whole bunch of people, a lot of people are murderers, or people who may have considered murdering before. They can easily say, "Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take such and such out," and they'll just come back and blame it on they had a health issue and not really do a thorough investigation. And my cousin said, he was like, "This was done wrong to me." And I said, "It was done wrong to me too. I felt like such and such should have been done." So just in this case, when what's her name? The PI. She's like, "Oh, we need to go." And I know a lot of you guys love her, whatever. I know Dumpling loves her. A lot of people like her, there's nothing wrong with that. Because y'all probably was following her and y'all saw the good stuff she did. I was not following her. All I know is that she kept saying the things that I did hear, that, "Oh, she's just going to treat this as a runaway." No. Because there's too many red flags for you to freaking treat this like a runaway, right? There's red flag after red flag after red flag. And it even came back after. And then they stated that Sebastian, what did they say? They even came back after and they said that Sebastian wasn't seen after the time that he left his house, or that day, whatever, I forget the day, whatever the date was. He was reported missing. He wasn't seen after that, right? See, the facts were all wrong. It was all messed up. So proper investigating wasn't done, in my point of view. You can't just rule out and say, "Oh, well, this child." So anyway, he was, just her private investigator, or I should say, Sebastian's private investigator was just saying, "It's going to be, I'm just going to consider this a runaway case." And I feel like by saying that, you're not doing proper investigation here. Again, my cousin said all deaths, certain situations, or most situations, are ruled homicide until proven different. All right. So Katie, hello? We needed a private, a true investigation done for her, period, point blank, period. Chris, same thing. In the meantime, they get to clean up their mess, get rid of fingerprints. I told y'all to check the cars that they drove to work and back and stuff like that. Check for prints. By now, they done sprayed it down with ammonia and everything else. Anyway, continue to watch this, guys, and I will be right back.
Kids. Well, even if, just flip side of that, all of our laws that we have is to save the one, right? So everybody's got to give everything to save the one person. Like, everybody's got to be inconvenienced for the one person, right? That's the way our world works. And I'm not saying it, I'm not saying it's snarky, but it's the truth. Everybody, when it comes to our government, when it comes to, that's their drumbeat, even though they don't really do anything other than speak it. It's like word salad to me, but the drumbeat is, that one person. We want to get that one person. All these laws are to save that one person. So it doesn't even matter if 90% of the kids were truly runaways. You're not treating the parents like suspects because 10% are runaways. You're treating all the parents, the 90% of parents, like suspects because of the 10% that aren't runaways, or the 2% that aren't runaways. Because at the end of the day, it's about the one. If everybody else has got to be uncomfortable, then they have to be uncomfortable, because at the end of the day, we're here to save the one. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I think that would be a good strategy. Why they haven't done that, Serenity, I don't know. But again, this is Tennessee. We all agree, like if anybody's from Florida, we can all agree that if these parents, if this situation happened here in the state of Florida, at the very minimum, Katie Proudfoot would be in jail right now. There's no evidence this child walked out the door. There's no video evidence from across the street. The front door even cracked open. You've got the parents lying out the wazoo. You've got everything. We've got hell. It looks like freaking Kathy's freaking vehicle was the vehicle in that hazy vehicle in that video.
She's telling the truth. I didn't hear one lie.
We've got some major problems here, and now we got Katie and Chris not saying anything. Why haven't they come out with a statement? They had no problem saying a statement 3 months ago that the lights were bunk. It's not what we think it is. Well, we've done our overlays now. We've done our overlays. We see exactly where those lights are. We see exactly where they're going. We see a car standing there. The car looks like Kathy's, his mother's.
Wow.
And we got parents.
Wow. What? I'm multitasking. I was trying to do some around. There's some things that I missed. There was a car scene. What? I told y'all there was somebody else. There was other people involved in this too. It was a third party. I told y'all during a reading, and a lot of people already suspected that as well. So let's continue.
Stories that don't make sense, and Katie has to be asleep this entire time. She's got to be on the couch, either sleeping or getting up and going to bed and sleeping. But throughout this whole time, with the stuff going on inside the house and the stuff going on the outside of the house, Katie needed to drill it in our head. She was sleeping. And we all kept scratching our head. How in the hell did you have a 3-hour conversation while studying and snoring on the couch?
Probably like, what, 9:15 maybe? Is that fair?
And you heard a thud? Huh. Interesting. And so you were asked out the entire time. Really? No crap. And Chris, you know, we heard from Seth how strongly she slept, right? She wasn't taking care of her son. He was. And the baby would be sitting there screaming to the top of his lungs, and she would be sleeping through it. Can somebody explain to me how if she was sound asleep on the couch, how in the world Chris woke her up even on the phone? If a screaming baby isn't waking her butt up.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, guys. I know I wanted to come out here when the news broke and I was busy. I don't know if this was a week ago. Did you hear that they said that Katie, I'm sure all of you guys heard this by now because you're passionate of following this case, but I'm sorry, but it was said that Katie fell asleep on the couch at 10 o'clock. Wait, no, Sebastian was put to bed at 9 o'clock. Katie fell asleep on the couch at 10 o'clock, right? And she fell asleep talking to her husband for 3 hours. That would have only been 2 because she fell asleep, but he woke her up and said, go to sleep in the bedroom. Why would he care if he's working, first of all? Why would he care where she's at? You know, wherever she falls asleep. And he woke her up at midnight, right? Where was there time for Sebastian to go missing? It's just like too many red flags here. If she was speaking to him for 3 hours, how was she speaking to him and she was asleep? They said she went to sleep at 10 o'clock. All right, anyway, let's continue.
Can somebody explain to me how him scream, even if it was on speakerphone, how in the world would he scream loud enough to wake her up so she could go in her room? But listen to this. She says she gets up, you know, around 11:30. Like her story's been changing all over the place. The story she told the neighbors is that she heard a thud in her son's room at 11:30. And she asked him at 11:30, hey, are you okay in there? And he said, yes, Mama, go to bed. He, according to the first story she told the neighbors, he was the one that told her to go to bed. So she went to bed. See, because at the beginning, nobody knew about this 3-hour conversation that she had with Chris. That must have came in a little later after the first day, maybe when they got the phone records back.
Wow. Is it Mikkel or Michelle? Mikkel? Oh my gosh. I missed something, huh? I there's a lot of stuff that I'm caught up with that I haven't spoken to you guys about. It was too much for me to go live. But this video that you're speaking about, I definitely didn't see it. So I have to get caught up. I saw the video in front of the garage. It looked like 3 people, one standing, watching, had a ponytail or a bun. One small one was on the ground, and a larger person hitting. It's like, how do you get the people to go in on it with you? With something like this with you, you know? If you heard of this video or saw this video, press 1. If you haven't, press 2. I want to know.
They probably saw a 3-hour conversation and no other call until the next day at 6 o'clock. Last person to speak to her, first person to speak to her the next morning. That doesn't sound sus at all. She calls a man that's 3.5 hours away and won't even pick up the phone and call her neighbor to see if her neighbor saw her son. She was fully dressed when she should be in pajamas. Chris is in his crane at 5:15 when he doesn't start work until 7. There's a lot of straight.
Yo, nobody, I'm sorry, nobody could tell me. I'm sorry, guys, I have to cut it off again because nobody could tell me that a stellar law enforcement job is being done here. At this point, we start to question law enforcement. You could love law enforcement all you want. I love all law enforcement. You know, got family members, exes, all that were in law enforcement that still are. You know, I'm a veteran of the United States Army. So, but you got to question some things, you know what I mean? And not to mention one precinct or one police department will do work differently from another police department, right? And one police department will be more effective than members from another police department. So if you don't see the red flags, if you don't see that it's something wrong there, you can't call it out and, make it better. And I don't know what else more they need to see in this, that there's something wrong to where it at least needs to be, at the very least. We're not asking for a conviction. It's got to be the judge that does that, right? Right? The jurors or whatever. We're asking for an investigation, point blank, period, an investigation. So we can see if there needs to be any type of charges, any type of serious charges. Can we get the investigation, please? What else does it take? What does it take? Like everything will be cleaned up. If his body is in one place, they'll move it to the next place because they have time on their hands because no one's taking this seriously. Or maybe they are now. Maybe that's because some video came out that I didn't see. Who brought this video to the forefront? I would like to know who brought this video to the forefront. Was it law enforcement? Probably not, because if it was in law enforcement, we probably would have some people being questioned right now. And I highly doubt, I haven't been in the mix. I've been running around with some things to do, but I highly doubt that Chris and Katie are under interrogation right now, full interrogation. And that's what needs to happen.
Strange phenomenons when it comes to Chris and Katie. And now there's evidence. There's been evidence. There's been a whole host of evidence that law enforcement said there was none. No, I'm not a PI. I'm not a PIM. I'm not a PI. I act under my journalism hat. Journalism and citizen hat. I don't want to be a PI. Listen, the work I do, I don't want any type of...
Good question, Egyptian Famous. You have to pay for the autopsy if it wasn't something that was ruled suspicious. Like, say for instance, with my uncle, right? My uncle by marriage, when they came to the house, you know, they just said, okay, well, my aunt, his wife, was upstairs in the bedroom, and, you know, she came downstairs, she saw him, you know, fall flat on his head. Well, he didn't fall, he was already there, in the bathroom, right? So, and they knew that he had, you know, gotten sick over the years, diabetes and whatever else. So when the police came, they said it's no suspicious activity. So because of that, you know, they didn't take him to wherever to like the medical examiner to have an autopsy done, right? So when they take him to the funeral home after that, or wherever they go after that, if it's not ruled suspicious, then you have to pay. And the charges are usually around $5,000 or whatever. However, if there was a red flag that something could have been done wrong, somebody could have been done wrong, then it would be free. But the cops would have to put it under investigation, you know. But like I said, I had a cousin who said that, you know, in his department where he's worked in the past, he's an attorney now, but where he's worked as a detective, every situation like that is ruled a homicide until you can prove different. Again, there was a bathroom door. You know, not saying anything happened. I don't believe anything foul happened to my uncle. However, if you want to buy some time and get the autopsy done for free, truth is, there's a bathroom door right next to where he fell down. He fell right here. The bathroom door is there. How you know somebody didn't come in and, you know, to do something crazy, right? So you're just gonna go off of the issues he had health-wise in the past without really knowing the full truth. So, but that's how that particular department works. Every department, I guess, is different. Again, right here, I feel Sumner County is letting Sebastian down big time. And people need to stop covering for law enforcement when it comes to this, right? Because it could be their own child, their parent, their mother, their brother, their sister, whatever. You could love them to no end, but if there's some red flags that this department needs some work done, you know, or learn to properly investigate some cases, then it needs to be called out so that they could get better and they could grow. All right, let's continue.
Professional license. I don't need it. If I want to do, I mean, I do just fine, just what I do, sleuthing around, using public records. I've got data mining programs. You know, I don't need to be licensed, and nor do I want to take 2 years out of my life. I live in Florida. You have to work under a PI for 2 years full time before you can get your PI license. I'm not willing to obligate myself to that. I don't need to. I think I do just fine without a PI's license. And these idiots on YouTube, you piss them off, they're going to go after your license. Ask Self Investigates. He tried to come after me. He tried to take my channel fraudulently. Tried to act like he was another person and came after my channel with copyrights, acting as another person in a like I filed with the FBI and against his license for that. It took him 3 months to get everything cleared up.
Hello, Kim French. Nice to see you, love.
He still has his license, of course. But I don't like internet PIs. They are supposed to be private. They're not private. They're supposed to have confidentiality and ethics. These people obviously glossed over that portion of it because they got the freaking license out of a Cracker Jack box. I know Chris was in the crane at 5 a.m, but I wonder how long he had to been there. Like,
I'm so sorry for the loss. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tammy. You know, our pets mean so much to us. They're like our other people, right? So I'm so sorry for your loss. And guys, you remember I kept saying there was something regarding the crane? I don't know what it is, but even from the first reading, even on the hearing aspect, like my clairaudience, I was picking up something regarding a crane and how could it be relevant in this situation or this case. I think as we start to get more answers and they crack the case, we'll find out why, or maybe I'll be able to see why. But there's something so relevant about that crane. It's not even funny. All right.
Like a few minutes or possibly longer. I'm thinking he had to have been there. The way I'm looking at this, because somebody's talking about him being at, there's no way he could be at that SUV, guys. There's no way he could be at that SUV past 2 a.m.
Wow.
Okay? There's no way he can be. So either one of two things happen. So here's starting to theorize a little bit. So how I'm envisioning that this happened is she called him at about 9:43. He probably immediately got into his vehicle and started heading that way, I would assume. Maybe not. Maybe he called his mom and his mom had to head over there. But the way I'm looking at it, 9:12, he wouldn't even have gotten back there until 3 a.m. And then back, it take another to get him back to work by 6. So none of that works. None of that works. So one of two things happened. Chris came back and he was back by around midnight, and they did whatever they needed to do because we don't have any footage earlier. We have this section of footage. This is with our lights. They said that when the car left that morning, it was just a little while later that the truck was coming in, the garbage truck was coming in. You could see the garbage truck. And so if that's the case, then you're talking about maybe if they come around 5:30, that was at 4. There's no way that Chris could be at in his crane at 5:15 if that was him out there at that vehicle, unless that vehicle in the time.
Cindy Boyd, you thought who was a joke? Bullhorn Betty?
Was earlier that night, because again, the camera that's got these images on it has a stuck time. So, they have to estimate. And the only way you're going to do it is finding a marker. Like when the sun goes down, I shouldn't even say that. These guys that they've got in these labs and stuff, they can look and tell you the exact time based upon a shadow and a tree. It's a little crazy, but it's amazing what they do, So they can literally tell the time, and all they need to do is get a marker, and then they just time it from the marker on to find out or give a roundabout time that it is. So they can really reconstruct this very, very well, especially maybe that's why the state troopers were there, is to be able to look, to find out the time because of that.
Okay, did you guys say, I don't know if I passed it, did any of you guys say, okay, so it was an interview. The cops didn't release the information. But at the same time, you know what? Cops, I don't want to be negative because they do a lot of stuff in the background that we aren't aware about. We aren't aware about. So I don't want to come hard on them too much. We all want Sebastian found. So excuse me for being overly, I don't know, upset and disgusted that he's not found yet. But all we're asking for is the investigation. I feel like that's fair enough at this point.
The issue with the film and the digital timing on it was all messed up. So it could be Chris if it happened earlier that night. Guys, you got to remember, Chris had to be out of there. He had to be out there and on the road heading back to work no later than 2 a.m. 2 a.m. was cutting it close. But it would get him at his job at around 5:15. Again, if everything went well, it would be my assumption that he would have left around 1:30 or 1:45 to head back to give him a little bit of time. This might
yes, Dumpling. In my opinion, law enforcement are even covering up. Yeah, I saw that in my reading. He looked Chris, especially protected by law enforcement, a member or members of law enforcement.
Explain why we appear to have two different scenes here. Actually, 3. We have the house, we have the retaining pond.
And I want to say, Lori, if you're watching this, because I know you watch the replays a lot, I apologize. I know I haven't gotten back to you. Had a lot going on. I will get back to you. All right, let's continue.
The road on Keller where that car was parked. We got 3 different scenes, in my opinion. In my opinion, the house is where everything happened.
Yes.
Okay, we don't have scent
Yes.
of Sebastian at the house. We don't really get scent of Sebastian. Now, they didn't go to Keller. We didn't get hits on Keller. Okay, guys, I want to make sure that this is clear. Where that car was sitting, there were no hits from the dogs that we know about. So the only hits that we know about is...
Y'all, I gotta say this. I'm sorry to interrupt again. The Hatters Madness said the law enforcement in Maddie Soto's case understood the assignment. Yes, they did. No excuses, right? They pulled this together. I don't know if what's his name again? Stephen, whatever his name is, Steven, had anybody members of law enforcement and that any family members in law enforcement in that particular party. But regardless, I feel like Sumner County, for a lot of times, they do not such a great job. I'm sure in many cases they do well, but in all the cases we've seen that's been high profile, it's just like the ball dropping left and right. The ball dropping left and right. They wouldn't have made the basketball team. Okay. All right.
Is where it started and ended, and that was at the retaining pond over by the construction site. That retaining pond was drained. They did not find, we don't know, law enforcement lies to us. We know that they're not,
awesome,
they're either
Claudia.
not talking to us or they're flat out lying to us at this
awesome.
point. So we have the retaining pond. Now, we heard that the dog jumped into that, but the law enforcement came immediately out and said that it was a false hit. And that was the only hit that we heard about, was right there at the retaining pond and near the construction site and a dumpster. I don't know where the dumpster is in conjunction with the retaining pond or whatnot. So I'm thinking that maybe Chris came home.
Sound like Chris.
Helped Katie move over to the construction site. That's why there's no scent, because his feet never touched the ground. He was rested over there. Chris.
Hi, Bubbly Beth. Bubbly Beth. Hi, Bubbly Beth. I read your notification, your message earlier today. In the beginning of the live. That was sweet. I'm sorry, I was just seeing it. I was just seeing a notification.
Chris may have helped her do whatever she needed to do. He needed to load Sebastian in his vehicle and take off so he could get back to work. Meanwhile, Kathy Bowersox comes over, maybe Kathy and Terry, or maybe Kathy and Aunt Melissa or Dara, or a number of people. I don't know. Maybe someone came over there to help her clean. And it appears to be Kathy's vehicle. But we have to always keep in mind that Chris was at his crane at 5:15. So whatever time we have to calculate him being back at his crane at 5:15, no matter how we look at this story. So either the car incident happened much earlier.
Okay. Now I'm upset because Dumpling on here, you see her name's popping up as Jay, but she said law enforcement been had the video. Now that makes me upset. And they been had that video and they didn't do a thorough investigation. If it turns out that they had a lot of information that they didn't access to do a proper investigation from the beginning, I think almost every member of that law enforcement team needs to be suspended, fired, terminated. Detectives, everybody, from the top to the bottom, sheriff, all of them, get rid of them. We need a new set. And not only that, because it's not just this case, remember, it's Summer Wells' case too. So this is showing consistent cover-up in cases, right? This is a pattern now. This is a pattern. Too many missing kids out there. This is a pattern. This is habit. It's habitual. All right.
Than we thought. And happened like around midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Or we're looking at a cleanup at this late in the game, and there must be a movement of some type of activity going to the construction site where the scent is. Something is telling me that Sebastian was placed over at the construction site at least for a little minute until somebody got there. BBQ says LE got the black box info, phone records. If they suspect anyone, they would be pulled in. and they were pulled in. Katie and Chris have been pulled in quite a lot, though. So yeah, I thank you for that. But I got to tell you, let me put this back up here because I think this, it's going to suck because I can't do it on here. So I'm going to have to, I'll put it at full transparency when I pull it up. Then you guys are going to have to do black screen, right? You're going to get a black screen while I adjust it down. You guys probably have black screen. It always pops me over there. There we go. So here it is. Here is the, and I've got it over. I've got it at full, and I'm going to go back. You guys are going to see a blank screen here for a second while I adjust it down. I'm going to adjust it completely off. I'm going to take the transparency to 0. So you see just the image, and then we're going to creep the transparency back up to maybe a 13. So you can see the shadow around the back end of this vehicle. Okay, so give me just a second. Let me move this down here so I can pop back and forth. So this is the image right here.
Seems like
that you guys see.
Bubbly Beth.
Now I'm going to creep it back up because this is the only way I can do it on YouTube. And I'm sorry, I probably should have just StreamYard. If I would have known the quality of this camera, I should have just used my phone, to be honest with you. The phone and the computer. I could have turned the phone around. Maybe I'll do that. I like the image, a better quality image, and I'm not getting it with this MacBook, and I don't like it. So let me go ahead and move this up just a bit.
Wow.
See it?
Wow.
Look at that. Can you guys barely see the transparency of the vehicle over the shadow?
Oh, Mikkel. Oh my gosh. So this is more than enough reason. All of these red flags. I mean, you could have a book of red flags with these people. Work for Chris. I'm so glad that you guys are saying, I think it was Claudia who said that FBI is involved now, or that they're investigating it now. All right. El Mikkel says work for Chris does not start until 7 p.m. They lock gates until everything is set up for safety reason. He was not at work until 7. He acted so miserable. He got sent home. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that. A lot of you guys might already know, but thank you because I didn't know.
Shadows. Do you see how perfectly that car matches up with the shadows? I'm hoping you guys see it as clear. I mean, it's vague. You can barely see the overlay over it. I did that intentionally because I want you to see the shadowing, that the halo that the lights put off. This SUV, one of our people did send me an email. The SUV, this is an Infiniti. So the Infiniti does not have OnStar. It actually has Infiniti InTouch. And we do have some information on the Infiniti InTouch.
Yes.
It does have security tracking. So if your car is stolen or lost, it will find it. Seth had a pickup truck, right? But this right here, this car that you're seeing overlaid is a 2019
Kia.
I
have to speak on it. First of all, what's up to my friend Kendall? How you doing? Yes, it's a sad case and tragedy. All right, so Dumpling says law enforcement was upset the video even got out. So apparently they are investigating that video, but they don't want to say they are. Right. You know what? And this will expose them, and that they're not doing enough. You know, this will get people heated. What was that quote by was it Martin Luther King? A riot is the voice of the unheard. And in this case, Sebastian is feeling, and Seth, you know, is feeling, I know some people have certain feelings about him right now too. Guys, please press the like button so I'll keep my page out there so I don't get partially shadow banned again, right? I appreciate your likes. But it's almost as they're not hearing him. Like you're not seeing these red flags that are blaring obvious. They're like glaring in your face. And it's not enough to start a criminal investigation.
right? So now with all of this footage coming out, right, it's like now people are going to start to question law enforcement. It's going to make them uneasy and uncomfortable. Now they're going to be on their backs. They're going to be breathing down their necks. Like, why, right? In their ears. And it's going to cause, a stir of commotion, right? Because this case isn't getting the true justice that it deserves, with simply a criminal investigation. Matter of fact, at this point, I don't know if I want anybody from there investigating me, investigating, if it was my child or anything like that, from Sumner County, because I can't even trust you with the investigation at this point. We need some outsiders, a new set of eyes from the outside. I know there's detectives in whole other counties representing other counties or whatever, but I'm almost kind of not trusting the detectives at Sumner County to get this right. So if there's any way, but that's why we have the FBI, right? So it's a good thing that Claudia and a lot of you guys are saying the FBI is on this, because that's what we need at this point, right? Because in a minute, I think some voices are going to get started to be heard, especially with this video that's out there now. All right, let's continue. Sorry, I have to do a school run. I'll catch the replay. That's okay. I'm about to get off. I'm not staying on long tonight. I'm going to come back on tomorrow or Saturday. So we'll go through. Nice seeing you, little Miss Sharon. Okay, let's see. So the mother and stepfather aren't suspects? No, but they should be. There's a lot of reasons for them to be. Like if you follow the case, some people, if you want, you could throw what the red flags are or some of the red flags in the comments. But even when Sebastian was missing, I don't think it was even 60 days yet. It might have been 38 days. I forget how long. The biological mom and the stepfather, they took off. They left the area in their RV. Like, who does that when you have a missing child? Like, you didn't see the mother looking for the child at all, or the stepfather. They say the stepfather did look with the biological father for, I don't know, a few hours or 6 hours, but that was it. The stepfather threatened the biological father a couple of times, saying, he was going to sue him. I believe that was for starting a Cashapp or a GoFundMe, right? But not to mention the biological mom and the stepdad were caught in numerous lies over and over again, right? They refused to really take any lie detector tests. They refused to take the ones that they promised Nancy Grace that they would take. Or at least the stepfather promised he would take. Why? Because they're lying. They're lying. They're lying. They're lying. They lie. That's what they do. They're guilty. They know what happened to the little boy. The biological father, Seth, who's been on this live before, but just in the chat, not on the panel. Hey Seth, if you're watching. But he's also he actually went boots on the ground searching for his child. For days, for weeks. I don't know, maybe months. But he was the only parent involved that was actually physically searching for his child and didn't give up. Why did the other ones give up? Probably because they know exactly what happened to Sebastian, and that he didn't just run away. When they speak about him on social media, because they've toured some of these channels, or on interviewing with Nancy Grace, they always call out his negative instead of his positive, right? The mom said she didn't have many pictures of him because he always looked I don't know, what did she get, that goofy or whatever? Like, that's an adorable child. It's adorable child. And if he ever looks goofy, then good. He looks adorable goofy. You know what I mean? Like, who says this? So, again, before I even knew anything about this situation or who he really was, I did a reading on it. Lori asked me to, and I saw that she asked me, was the stepfather involved? I said, stepfather looks like he could be involved in a way, but I'm seeing more of the energy of a mom being the one that's really involved, the reason why he's gone, and it does look like the stepfather played a role too, but the mom is the primary
suspect, I would say. And anyway. Oh, and then the stepfather, he calls these lives on YouTube. He does prank calls. He was pretending to be like an autistic kid. Like, who does that? Making fun of kids and making fun of people. Where's the? You should be out there searching for your stepson. Like, seriously. And also, I could go on and on, but this is the last one. The stepfather's ex-wife stated that what's her name, guys? Nina. She stated that, and before she stated this, I said it because I saw it in the reading. She stated that he told her son when he was 3, it was his stepson. He told her son that it's time for him to grow up and be a man. That's like almost my exact words that I said in the tarot reading. I said, I'm hearing stepdad Chris tell Sebastian, oh, he's a man now. He's grown, whatever. He's 14. It's time for you to grow up, be a man. It's like word for word. Anyway, so I could go on because there's a heck of a lot more. We'll just stop it there. It's a quick replay. All right. Please press that like button. It keeps me in the mix. I appreciate y'all.
Q80. It didn't say QR80
Let me know your like
on the back of their
number.
vehicle. I went back and checked. It said X80 right on the back of their vehicle. Because we do have a photo of Kathy Bowersock's inside her vehicle and all angles of her actual vehicle and her license plate to boot. And so we can see that we can see her vehicle.
Okay.
We can see that it was a Q80.
Q80.
All right, I'm just going to enhance this just a little more so you see a little more of the SUV over the lights.
I got it. Thank you, Bubbly Beth.
All right, there we go. Now I've got it up to 21. So now you can see the SUV overlaid a little bit better. You see that? It is almost a perfect match to the halo that we saw on that street.
They're not impressing me either.
And this is the problem we're having because Chris was bragging about how the best part about it is Sebastian did not leave any evidence behind. And you know what? He didn't leave any evidence behind. But you, my friend, you and your wife and your family, you left a whole trail of evidence behind.
Look.
Trail of evidence behind. I was able to model.
That was literally my word during my reading. Guys, press the like button now. But my exact words in my reading, I think I'm outside at a pavilion, right? I'm at a park pavilion and I'm doing a reading and I said, there's going to be a trail. There's a trail of evidence. My exact words, there's a trail of evidence. And I guess I missed out on some things that's been going down lately. But apparently, Bullhorn Betty knows about this trail of evidence. And apparently, a lot of you guys do in the chat as well. All right.
Modify this and get the back end almost perfectly aligned with the images off that camera. And again, does this mean this is Kathy Bowersock's vehicle? No. What I can tell you
Justice for
is
Sebastian.
that Kathy Bowersock drives a 2019 Q80 Infiniti SUV. And the overlay that you're seeing right there is a 2019 Infiniti Q80 overlaid over the shadows. And we have an almost identical, perfect match of the vehicle.
Exactly, the haters. I keep saying the haters. I'm sorry, the haters. Exactly, the haters madness. How did CP get Faith for the summer? How did he get his daughter for the summer? Like, wow, this is crazy. Let's continue. And also, CP has CPS. He has like a whole CPS report on him, and showing why he's not a fit parent. But he gets Faith for the summer. Negligence.
So I'm not going to say it's her vehicle, but it to me at least implies that this is an SUV that we are looking at here, as opposed to a car or a pickup truck or anything like that. And with this curvature, this step, this clear step in the halo is something I haven't found on the back end of another car yet. It looks like that this is the design of the back hatch of the Infinities. This is not unique to the Q80. So it could be.
Yeah, so my friend Kendall, who is I Love Boxing. So here's another red flag that Claudia posted. You probably heard about it, but the dogs, right? Chris didn't want. Wait, hold on. He wouldn't have left his dogs. Okay, so you're talking about something else. Okay, so Sebastian wouldn't have left his dogs. That's so true. The shoes, he wouldn't have left barefooted. That's true.
Be another line of Infinity that created this mark. But based on that step, I really truly believe it's an Infinity make. So we'll see. I'm tired. I just started my new job today. It went well. Oh, well, congratulations, Rapper. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. I know getting back into the rhythm of things, it's really, really tough. If you guys remember, I kind of licked my wounds for about 6 months. I only did like one video a day. I couldn't even hardly, I was just tired. But that was something totally different. But when I started getting back into the rhythm again, I was burning my candle at both ends. And I feel you. I was just extremely exhausted. I'm starting to slow down a little bit because I can't keep up with the same pace that I was doing right at the gate when I finally was just over it. But I still am able to maintain. I'm still maintaining the same amount of work and videos or lives. I'm just doing them on multiple platforms, keeping different platforms engaged, not just YouTube. I used to be just on YouTube. I'm TikTok, I'm Twitter, I'm Facebook, I'm Instagram. I'm using different platforms. I haven't been on Instagram. I need to kind of pick up my uptake on Instagram. Instagram is a great platform to use. I hear a lot of the younger people are using Instagram as opposed to Twitter. As you know, Twitter and Facebook are kind of, they're still happening. People are going to them and engaging on them a lot, but there's other platforms that the younger generations are using, and they're not coming over to Facebook, and they're not coming over to Twitter. So I can foresee as time goes on, those two platforms are going to be less desirable and less resolved as was.
There was one comment that you made about how we need to take law classes. And I just wanted to let you know, I don't know if you know this about me, but I worked in law offices for years. I have a paralegal degree, and I graduated with honors, as a matter of fact. So I know you think I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm doing, but I can promise you I do. And I've done investigative work on cases just like this many other times. So if you would like to talk off the record.
Site. We need the hit at the construction site. Oh, sure. I could explain that. Hartgroves? I could absolutely explain that. It was manufactured. Just like I said, the idiot that exposed it would manufacture stuff for a story. It's so funny that something manufactured ends up being produced and ran with by this creator. He manufactures his own news. He has hundreds, I wouldn't say hundreds of troll accounts. He's got a lot of troll accounts. These troll accounts have been used. They're Mary Smith. They're Joni Rogers. They're, little grandmas and grandpas. They're older people. They're teenagers. He has Black Lives Matters, channels to infiltrate Black Lives Matters. He may reconverted some of those pages, his troll pages on Facebook for other things. But what he does is he goes in there as these people, and he salacious stuff. And then, gosh, look what they're writing here. So you want me to explain that, Heartgroves? I can absolutely explain it. You want me to explain it utilizes word manipulation and word association on his channels, where he's constantly referring to Seth and suspect, Seth and suspect, Seth and suspect, and he never talks about a sentence without Seth and suspect in it. Audience, every time they think of Seth, they think of suspect. You want me to keep going? I can keep going. I can show you examples out the wazoo on one creator's channel. And it's funny that he just seems to always have the dirt and the tea. It's funny how that happens. Jeez. I wonder how.
Okay, so a lot of times you see people talking negatively about Seth in certain chats, and it's overkill. A lot of times it's okay, guys, sorry about that. So a lot of times you see people, and I know you guys know this already, speaking negatively. I'm looking for my regular glasses. Speaking negatively about Seth on the lives, and a lot of times it's usually Chris. I'm sure y'all picked up on that. All right. Anyway, my laptop powered down, so I'm on my phone. I think I found some glasses. It's not my expensive ones, but they'll do because I'll be able to see. Give me 1 second. His phone, he wouldn't have left his phone. Oh yeah, he wouldn't have left his phone. Thank you for calling out all the red flags. Also, another one is how about Chris not wanting the dogs? Because there was a lady that came from California, right? A dog searcher, 1 and 2, and she was certified. She had tons of certifications, and she wanted to help find Sebastian. And Chris just, told her to go somewhere, to leave the property. So he was not okay. He did not okay or approve. I love boxing. If you're listening, Kendall. Another red flag is he did not approve the biological dad searching, the house, his house or his parents' house again, or property, to look for Sebastian. Why, if you have nothing to hide? I mean, if I was in a similar situation, I would want cops, I would want law enforcement, I want whoever to do everything they could do, because I have nothing to hide. I want to find my child. Claudia says, yes, so many red flags. I be feeling to change my mind on and question, is this even real? Better not be a hoax, because everyone, including me, feels so invested. I know, right? Sebastian was carried out to that car, and I think Sebastian was over medicated. Yes, like in deep sleep, or carried out, or Sebastian knows the person that is driving the car. Yeah, I believe Sebastian was over medicated too, overdosed. Nina isn't a U.S. citizen.
That's what I thought. She has Mexican ties, so that played a lot. Oh, okay. All right. Got it. Bubbly Beth says because law enforcement says they're not suspects, he got faith. Oh my God. I've been praying. So law enforcement is the one dropping the ball right here too. Okay. I've been praying for Nina and Faith. Also that Katie breaks down with Faith there and Ellie picks them both up. Yep. And original reading, guys, one of my original readings, I think I did call out because I said it was sometime between right around that time frame, which was Aries season, to it was either I think it was July or August that there may be some resolution here, you know. However, I was also pushing Aries season a lot because I kept seeing Aries, the sign of Aries, but then I found out after Chris Proudfoot is an Aries sign, so that's why he was coming up in the reading so hard. Hello to any, but which would mean if I originally stated, and timing could be hard because it's fluid exchanges, so it could be hard to pin down sometimes. But in one of my original readings, I believe I said the month, I either said up to July or August, something like that. And it was even possible for June, I think. I forget. I would have to go back, or you guys would have to watch it. It's in one of the first 3 readings under the playlist. She is really after JLR. Wow. Yeah, big time. I did see that. I didn't know it was continuing, though. I thought she stopped speaking on him. Girl, you chilling tonight with them shades. And the red shirt looks good on you. Red looks good on you. Thank you, Reno. I had the shades on for a minute. The light that I use for the webcam that I use for my laptop is pretty bright, you know, and the light was like really in my eyes, so I had the shade to help block it as well. But now I'm on my phone because my laptop powered down. Thank you so much, Reno. Thank you. All right, so this is Dumpling. She says, Hatter's Madness, yeah, she is kind of funny, but sad to cause too, because it takes away from the real problem, finding what is Sebastian. That's true. Katie and Chris and CPS has been called on many times, right? Yes, I remember amongst other good investigating tools he rejected. Yeah, he rejected those dogs. Yeah, we hope you having a lovely night too, Reno. I thought they were still suspects. If Seth is one and have an alibi, the prophets gotta be. Okay. FBI. The FBI. All right. So Bubbly Beth says the FBI needs to luminol everything, all houses, cars, trucks, RVs, and work vehicles, and parents' properties too. Then Chris can't deny access to anything. Yes, exactly. I agree 100%. When will I do another reading on Sebastian? I'll try to do. I know that's supposed to say Proudfoots. Yeah. So I know I'm on this medication, but I know that's supposed to say Proudfoots. But all right. So I want to do a reading. Hopefully I could do one by Saturday. I want to do one more live before I do my reading because I want to get caught up to what y'all caught up on. Like maybe tonight or tomorrow, I'm gonna try to watch that video deeper on, what was seen and stuff and like that, and look into it. See if there's anything I want to discuss there. Yeah. Oh, guys, did you hear about? Before I get off here, did you hear about? I know you guys all heard this. What's the guy? All right, what's his YouTube channel? All right, Guys, what's the other YouTuber? Y'all allowed to call his name? Not Pascal. The one that does the lives, like, y'all can tell I haven't watched. I haven't been on YouTube in a minute. Anyway, y'all will know when I start speaking on him what his name is. Oh, Trev. Yeah. Not Trev Time, the other Trev. T-Rev. No, T-Rev. All right. So he said that, what's his face? Seth asked him to get him a pew pew. Y'all heard about this? But he never came out and told us this. But this is what it appears. I know somewhere Seth stated that, and you guys probably know this by now, that T-Rev took his girlfriend. So I think the girl that T-Rev is with right now is like an ex-girlfriend of Seth's or something like that, right? Or she was connected to Seth somehow in a romantic connection. And so now all of a sudden he's telling us that Seth said, to get him a pew pew. And not saying he didn't ever say that. But heck, why didn't you tell us before? Why you wait until now there's drama between? I'm not saying that nothing negative about him at all. I'm just saying it was real, right? Now y'all arguing and you want us to know about the pew pew incident. Why didn't you tell us before y'all was having the argument regarding the girlfriend situation? Because now it looked like you trying to sidetrack us and have us on your side. Not saying anything wrong with that, but well, maybe there is, right? But if it wasn't important before, why is it important now? Because Seth about to call you out for stealing his girl? I don't know. All right, let's see. Let me see what y'all saying. All right, so from here to the end of the night, y'all able to call YouTubers' names, so call them out. Yes, Goddess, please watch the interview with the neighbor. Very interesting. JLR did the interview. Okay, I will watch it. And JLR in the past, he was part of the Hills in the Ground Circus too. Guys, if I ever reshare those snippets and clips, oh my God, you will see why I just try to keep my distance from anybody that was Hills on the Ground, because they had a whole circus. But again, like I said, Betty's Bullhorn Betty, she's doing thing now. She's giving out information. Maybe she's better off without, being connected to drama. Maybe that's what it is. But JLR, he could be full of drama, but at the same time, when he's ready, he gives good news. So it's like, I guess nobody's gonna make you 100% happy. It's some pros and cons to everybody. What can you say, right? If he got a good interview, I'm gonna be there watching it. Right. So sometimes the people we love could go ahead and annoy us. They annoy us sometimes, but you're gonna go ahead and watch them. Trevor Lee, okay. Justin, oh yeah, that was T-Rev, right? T-Rev. Clutch them pearls. No, Clutch them pearls. Me and Clutch them pearls got into an argument big time years back. Okay, I forgot if I was shadow banned at this time, but regarding Molly Go Lightly, oh my God, look, if you see the thumbnails, Clutch them pearls was going by, what's the name? He was going by Justin for All or Justice for All. I would call him Boring for All. That's before I was so boring. I used to have more of a sense of humor, guys. I was really funny. But then I started taking these pills my neurologist gave me, and I just feel like it just kind of changed my mood a little bit. I'm just saying. But I had jokes for days. I was cracking them on Justin, because he just disrespected me so much on Molly. I was on Molly Go Lightly's panel for like over 4 years. I mean, over 4 hours. Close to probably 5 hours. And me and her was vibing. And he stepped in, getting jealous and trying to get her to cut me off and stuff like that, and saying I said negative things about them. I'm like, you didn't have anything better to do than look at my wall? Yes, I said negative about Hills on the Ground in the past, because negative I said was true. However, I also said a lot of positive. I also said a lot of positive about Molly Golightly and the crew. Okay. Because like I said, there's pros and cons with everyone, every YouTuber, whatever. But matter of fact, he also came to me. What did he post on my wall before? He said, oh, it's nice. This is before he went and told Molly what I said. Then he took down his comment so it couldn't be seen. I wanted to screenshot it so bad. He was like, oh, it's nice to see. And I felt like he was kind of saying funny, like condescending or whatever. But because I did a big interview on the Michael Vaughn case, and his mother, she was like in the chat or in the comments after. And then Crystal and Nicole, who was covering the case, they were on my interview, and I did like a 4 or 5 hour interview anyway with them. So, I wound up getting a good amount of views and stuff like that. A lot of people was there. And the person from Clutch Them Pearls, Justin, he came to my wall and was like, oh, it's nice to see that African Americans are in true crime now, or doing good in true crime. But I thought he meant it like he was trying to be rude or trying to be funny about it or whatever. But at the time, who was the true crimer in Canada? He used to get a lot of views too, but they canceled his show. They canceled his channel. And he was like, nah, me and him would talk all the time. He was like, I didn't see anything negative about that. He said, I don't think he meant anything negative. But in my opinion, I felt he did. Regardless, like, he disrespected me like too much. So I'm not even into Clutch Them Pearls. That's why you see an X on his face. Oh, I didn't actually share that thumbnail or do that live. I might have. You would have to check my recent lives, but I was gonna do a live regarding him. And actually, it might have been one of my last lives. If you look at the thumbnail, I got his face crossed out because he was on a panel with other people. So I was sharing those panel members, but because of my history with Justin, I just crossed his face out on the thumbnail. All right, let's move. Let's continue. Seth is mad. He took his girl. I mean, it's a sad thing. I'm not laughing at him. It's not funny. But I mean, yeah, but the only thing is, why did T-Rev though wait until after this to tell us about the pew pew? I feel like it would have been more sincere if he told us before, that happened, because it's like now you want us to be upset with Seth. And I'm sure right now Seth is breaking down. It seemed like he was breaking down. She's married. Oh my gosh. It's a whole triangle here, right? Yes, Seth admitted to asking him to get the pew pew. I felt the same way, like, why now say something, right? Where are you parked? Outside. I'm in New Jersey. I'm around the corner from you. I'm in Montclair. Please share how to join. Please share how to join. I remember the whole Molly Golightly days. Yes. But I wasn't making it up. Weren't they being extra? They were being, and I don't mind it because like I said, I'm from New Jersey. We could be extra. I like a little bit of drama. I like a little bit of weirdness, all that stuff, because I could be like that. However, when they were searching for Summer, I'm like, tone it down a bit. Tone it down. Wait till you get back home, to act up, to act a fool, whatever. But it was like they were creating a bunch of chaos. Got the snippets on my old live. I'm probably going to reshare on my community page, in the near future. So y'all see I'm not making this up. Seth is keeping Tony after his little PP on YouTube on Sebastian's face. Wait, Seth is keeping Tony after his little PP on YouTube. Oh, wow. I think I saw that. Wow, that was crazy. So gross. Justin, yeah. And Reno, yes, Justin pissed me off, but the content is good. Gotta give credit where. Yeah, but he was so boring. And I don't mind if y'all talk, good about another creator I don't like or whatever, because I mean, he personally offended me, so that's why I have no interest. And not only me, he interrupted me and Molly when we were speaking about Michael Vaughn, and that was like a very important case, a dear case. And I had a couple people who were, or the top people in the country, basically, that was covering the case and had daily interactions with the mom. You know what I mean? And so for him to do that at a time, I'm like, if you wanted to go ahead and be childish, at least wait until after the live. At least do this next time, but not in the middle of covering the Michael Vaughn case. But he's totally boring, so I don't know how you guys could watch him. Oh my gosh. If I'm ever boring, like, guys, I'm telling you, it's the medication. The medication has made me boring. I feel. All right, I tell everybody that. But besides that, all right, the ladies' channel went on Dolly's and said it was real, and he's lying and said he was going to take appropriate action. Oh, okay. All right. I remember he was blocking a lot of subscribers on MGL's channel for no reason. Yeah, a lot of the mods, as soon as you say something they don't like, they'll block you. You could say stuff I don't like and I don't agree with. Like, I'm not going to block you. I don't want to preach to the choir. You could disagree with me. Go ahead. Tell me how you feel. I don't think you meant anything by it. Right. I know you mean you don't think he meant anything by it. I wish I had the screenshot. Why he had to delete it before I got it? And it was up there for, I don't know if it was up there for a couple weeks or a month. That's what my Canadian friend, you guys will remember his. Why can't I remember his name? I have his phone number somewhere. And we used to talk off of YouTube too. And he would always have 700 people or more on his live. And his lives just he used to always show Summer Wells in a dress or whatever. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about. What the heck is his name? Anyway, he said he didn't think that that he meant anything negative at all. And I mean, I love to hear what other people say. Maybe he didn't, but it felt like it, because it's like he just came out of nowhere and said that. But whatever. Yes, it's funny, girl. Yeah, right. Seth is pissed at the world. Yeah, Seth. And I told you guys that Seth would be blowing up soon and having issues. And I didn't even say that on a psychic level, on an intuitive level, on a prophetess level, on any type of intuition level. That was just like common sense. It's only so much you can take before you explode. And he was taking stuff pretty good. Like, he seemed like a very balanced person. But yeah, he's going on all these lives, on all these interviews, right? He's out there, boots on the ground, searching for his kid. Like, I mean, after a while, what else is gonna happen? It's just too much. I mean, he's human. Kendall, I told you, I auditioned for the Met at Montclair. Oh, really? Nice. Nice. When was this? I like him. Oh, you like him? Yeah, I don't. That's good. That's good. I thought he was born, but I feel like I'm born lately too myself. Tell you the truth, but not in the past. I think so. I'm like, I don't know who. I don't know. Maybe he got better, but I remember when he got all the subscribers because he was on Molly Go Lightly's channel, right? And he would only have like, I don't know, it was like 3 to 5,000. I remember when JLR only had like a few thousand subscribers. Look, that boy's blew up. Okay. But a lot of his blow up too is the drama. A lot of people like the drama. He will be dramatic. He will be dramatic. A lot of people, they co-sign it. So, and you see his is growing at a much higher rate. I don't sit there and subscriber count, right? And I don't like when people do that to me. I don't care what they do, but when they tell me, you know, I'm like, don't you have something else to do with your time? But to tell you the truth, with Pascal and JLR, for some reason it always just hits my eyes what their subscriber is. And Pascal's moves at a slower rate, a much slower rate than JLR's. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but that's probably because Pascal is not doing all that drama, and JLR co-signs on it. So let me tell you, his channel is hitting. Honestly, I unsubscribed to Justin a while back. I was trying to keep it cute. Oh my gosh, I would name call him so much and bash him so much, only because of what he did to me. I'm not like that. I would never do that to anybody. But I'm like, me and Molly, she had me on her channel, and we're up there like, you know, we on a 5th hour. And even oh gosh, I did a live about it recently. I don't know, probably a month and a half ago. And I who called it out? It was Mallory Williams from the House of Williams, and he spoke about what Justin did to me, and he called him out left and right. Okay. And yeah, and he was like, besides what he wrote on my page on my channel, because Mallory never saw that. You know, Mallory's white. What Mallory's Caucasian. Mallory never saw that. But he said what he saw Justin do to True Crime Psychic. He was like, tell you the truth, that we had a lot of racist connotation to it, you know. And he's, I mean, y'all had to be there. But he talks about it, and I did snippets of it and everything that happened. And I think I spoke about it like a couple months ago or less. And I'm like, I didn't want to bring that in the mix. I didn't want to speak about that. But again, that's what Mallory was speaking about. And Mallory is called, you know, she's Caucasian. He's Caucasian. You know, the trans woman. And I mean, she was saying the same thing I was saying. But all right, anyway, Justin has stepped it up, and I love everyone on all the YouTube. Yeah, and I'm glad. Be proud of who y'all like. That's what I'm saying. It's not like what was happening at MGL. I'm gonna mute you, delete you, go from my channel. I'm gonna hide you. You're banished. I don't agree with you. But you better like. If you like Justin, you better like him. You better love him to the fullest. Okay. I'm not hating on that. This is my personal experience. This is about me and Justin, not y'all and Justin. If y'all love him, love him. Maybe if he comes to me and falls on his knees and begs for my forgiveness, I'll think about it. Just kidding. All right, so Bubbly Beth says Tony is lying and call FBI, but you can hear the toilet flushing. Who calls FBI on themselves? Tony's always lying. I gotta listen to what you're talking about. I can't wait to hear that, Beth. Thank you for telling me that, because I'm gonna pick that up right away. Thank you. Yeah, just do like, who did it? Reno? I say I don't like somebody, you know, you love them, be like, girl, please, that's you. But I love me some Justin, okay? I'll be like, all right, more power to you. But he's just not my type. He might have got a sense of humor over the years. I don't know. I haven't watched him in the last couple years. He done pissed me off. I was tongue-tied. Kendall sending me messages. I was tongue-tied. Listen. I'm always tongue-tied on my medication, okay? Okay? So don't trip.
What's up? Hello, hello. Hi, Goddess. Just dropping in to say hi. Nice to see you, D. How is everything? How is work? How is life? JLR is on all day. I don't think he sleeps, right? You know what? I like his coverage. I like the information that he gives. Things I don't like about him. Now, I don't know much about what's that lady everybody's been studying? Um, it reminds me of the drama that he used to do in the past with Hills on the Ground, but what's that person? Before I speak about that, let me speak about Hills, not Hills on the Ground, Clutch My Purse is Justin. I remember when he only had a few thousand subscribers, and then Summer Wells, he did an interview with, what's the guy's name, Juan or something like that. He did some type of exclusive interview, and he told all the YouTubers they can't use it for like a day, 24 hours or 48 hours, something like that. I forget, or maybe even 72 hours. And so he wound up getting a lot of subs off of the interview he did, and that's when he blew up after that. Yeah. JLR. Now JLR, yeah, I remember now this whole time I had been shadow banned on and off before I used to get a lot of views. Somebody came to me and said Sebastian blew up my channel. First of all, get it right. It was the first true crime I did. It was not Sebastian. It was where I named the date that he would be found. Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie case. All right. That blew me up before I got shadow banned, and a couple other cases after that. But anyway, and then my channel went dead because of whatever copyright, whatever the heck it was. But all right, so with JLR only had like a few thousand. I forget how many thousand, 3,000 to 8,000 maybe people. And then I remember I don't know, he creates a lot of drama and he gets a lot of views. That's just it. In that case where I'm trying to think, they said the lady's a cop killer. I don't remember her name because I haven't studied the case. But I know I saw JLR there on the scene, and he's like in her face and like really antagonizing her. And it's like, what happened to, like, what did you do or whatever? Or how does it feel to be a cop killer? How does it feel to be a cop? You know, I probably shouldn't be saying this word on the live if I don't want to get banned again, but you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes like stuff like that's too much, especially when you don't have all the facts. Now, I feel like in certain cases, like with Summer Wells, because I can see intuitively, and I'm picking up the energy that Don played a part, Candace knew what was going on and stuff like that, and the stuff that they were saying was correct with the Hills on the Ground and JLR, and what they were feeling was accurate. But like being in Candace's face and Don Wells' face every day, yelling in their face, it wasn't helping out the situation. Do that for one day if you need to get some aggression out. A half a day. But yeah, I keep getting messages across my screen. Sorry guys. But not all day, every day. I thought the purpose is to be out here finding, Summer Wells. So with JLR, I noticed recently he was creating a lot of drama in, what's the girl's name, guys? Yeah, Karen Reed case, right? He's out there yelling in her face, like, how does it feel to be? I'm like, oh my God, if that's me, I'm gonna go ahead and punch the person, like just to get them out the face, because it's almost an attack. You know what I mean? It's almost an attack on my mental health right now, please. And he doesn't know for sure either. I mean, I haven't followed the case at all. I know nothing about the case besides what I've seen during like little quick clips of people yelling in her face, asking her stuff like that. And he did something similar in the Summer Wells case that kind of threw me off because it's really annoying. They were causing a lot of ruckus on 10 Ben Hill Road. What were they lighting up flares or doing something? Like, if you're normal, you don't want to take all that screaming and that yelling. You want it to stop and go away. So you're going to do almost anything, take whatever measure to stop it. So he's asking to get his behind whooped sometimes. However, when he's not acting like that, okay, when he's not acting like that, when he's just reporting on the information, I mean, I love it because he's giving us nothing but information, nothing but the interviews and stuff like that. So I like him for that. But some of the other stuff could be just too much. You understand? But at the same time, that craziness is really hiking up his subscribers a lot faster than Pascal. Now, Pascal, he's going to gradually grow and still be successful no matter what. But JLR is growing off of the drama. All right. You're welcome. Yes, I saw him do that. Wasn't that a lot? Wasn't that too much? Almost like he was asking for somebody to really hit him or hurt him. What are your thoughts on Sebastian? Oh, hi, Black Hair Chick 10. So my thoughts are, and I felt before I even knew who Sebastian was when somebody just asked me to read about a 15-year-old autistic boy that got missing. She wanted to know if the stepdad was involved. I said, yeah, it looks like he could be, but I'm seeing more of the mom being the one involved. It's like I have a Sebastian playlist and it has, like, if you go to the beginning, that's what I'm seeing. And then after I start to know the case, I mean, it was the same thing. Also, I stated that I felt like the mother would leave a trail of evidence. And eventually I see a woman leading them to him. So this could be, because it's a woman, this could be the mother. This could be eventually Katie Proudfoot, possibly. Yeah, but let's wait and see. But either way, I definitely saw the mother involved. Thank you for being here. Please like the live. Yes, Carrie. Nice to see you, Terry. Yes, I haven't been on in a while. I had a lot going on, but I miss you guys so much. I wanted to get on real quick. So this wasn't really planned out, but I hope you guys still like the live and us catching up. I love all the, yes, I like to see the different opinions. Like, I'm not gonna get upset with anybody for having a different opinion than mine or for voicing your opinion that's different from mine. And then also, even if you don't agree, it still gets me to go like, kind of think about it, at least reason with it. My cable went out for 2 minutes. Oh my gosh. I'm glad it came back. Right. Reno says, totally understand, because if a dog barks at me, I'm barking back. Yes, they make you startle and all. Yes. And then if she did something, then JLR would have been like, oh no, she hit me in my face. And are you not saying what you did to her, like, to kind of provoke this? But again, his other stuff where he's just reporting, I love it because he's giving us some information. So it's like that. Sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna unsubscribe, I'm done. But then somehow they still come up in your news feed after you unsubscribe and you listen to another one. It's like, all right, that he did fine there. If you could just stay like this, I would love it. JLR is on all day. I don't think he sleeps, right. And that's another reason he blew up too. Yeah, to be quite frank. Exactly, the haters madness. I keep saying the haters, my goodness. The haters madness. I need to go to bed. D, you still with us? Hey. JLR is complete drama. Do you see his facial expressions? He loves it. But sometimes he do bring great information. Yes, Dumpling. Sometimes he does bring great information. That's the thing. So it's like it's like a catch-22 with him. He said he gonna bring you around the circus. Some people live for it though. Um, what else was I gonna say about him? Oh, do you know JLR? His real name is Jonathan Lee Riches, and y'all know he's in the world's what is it? The World Guinness Book of World Records, right? You know what he's in there for, right? Let me see if y'all. I asked y'all this before, but let me see if anybody. I'll give y'all 30 seconds. If not, I'll tell you what he's in the World Guinness Book of World Records for. I hope Sebastian doesn't turn into a cold case, right? I hope not. I hope not. It was good seeing you too. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, so I mean, Jonathan Lee Riches, he admits that he doesn't have such a great past. He has a record, etc. That's none of my business as far as what his record is. But I think what he's in the Guinness Book of World Records is cool. I don't know if I should say it's cool or whatnot, crazy, whatever. But he has the most lawsuits in history, like the most lawsuits. My goodness, he must be going for billionaire status. We're happy you're back. Nice seeing you. Suing people. Yes, exactly. Don't play with him because he will sue you. Look, if Karen would have punched him in the face, he probably would have tried to find a way to sue her too. Why am I already laughing? What he in there for? Most lawsuits. And it's not even, you could find it on YouTube too. Oh my gosh. He was much younger then. I don't know if he's still doing that, but he could build what do you call it? I don't want to say generational wealth, but he could build some good wealth off of that. He wrote a book, he did. I didn't know that. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you all. I see you next time. Peace.